Missouri Valley hits the halfway point in the semester and the start of March with an eye toward women and history. Welcome to KMVC News, I'm Colin Williams. Like the Buffalo Soldiers event in February, the Murrow Library hosted another event to help students better understand of history and the future. The former Kansas City Federal Reserve President, Esther George, told her story, going from rural Missouri to bank president, and reinforced the importance of an exhibit containing many voices that is now archived.
He did so with conviction, purpose, and pride.
The Voices of Missouri Women in the Federal Reserve is a traveling exhibit that tells the story of 20 women trailblazing in a male-dominant profession. However, this year, that exhibit has been retired and archived. However, Esther George still made sure to pay a visit to Missouri Valley.
But I think what is not retired is the commitment to making sure that people of all backgrounds, people of all races and genders are able to see their path in the U.S. economy. And that has always been important, and it will become ever more important.
This event has been in the making for a year. Samantha Perkins has been working towards getting the exhibit to come to Valley. And despite the exhibit being retired, there was still a lecture, as well as a spot for students to ask questions about not only the economy, but their financial future.
So it was really interesting to see the thought-provoking questions that everyone asked, and really the knowledge that students have and are eager to learn more about. We settled on a date that was kind of significant for us. It was right at the end of Black History Month and towards the beginning of Women's History Month.
And I know what it meant to me to have people sit down with me to give me advice. Some of my professors in college were some of the most impactful in terms of helping me understand what it would take.
With the exhibit being archived, the mission to tell the stories of those 20 women remains the same. There's also the mission of having the diverse voices amplified in this industry. The exhibit has traveled throughout the Midwest, including the higher education like institutions like Missouri and Missouri Western. The Conservation Seminar series continues at Missouri Valley College, this time about the impact of plastics on human and environmental health. KMVC's Elena Exposito reports on the awareness of plastics, not only externally, but internally as well.
It was time to focus on how the impact of the plastics is falling people's internal systems and environmental health. Daniel Ripper explained how it's affecting the ecosystems and communities around the world.
In terms of the medical research on this topic, it is almost impossible to keep up with at this point. There are new journal articles coming out weekly, sometimes more than once a week, and so there are breakthroughs in that sector as far as how plastic is affecting us.
Reducing the impact of plastics on the earth is ongoing. In the seminar about the planet's plastic crisis, Ripper says there is urgency for seeking sustainable solutions.
There are people that want to see reduction in that, whether it's for environmental reasons or human health reasons, and the folks that make those products and sell them and make money off of them do not want to reduce the production.
The more recent research detailed plastic particles not only pollute the environment, but they also end up in the food chain, sometimes directly, and that affects human health in addition to contributing to global pollution.
Awareness is really important, and some of the other topics that we've broached this semester, including, nitrates in the water and things like that, a lot of students aren't even aware that those problems exist. And so I think most people want to do the right thing.
The importance of how plastic waste has increased over the years can be seen reflected all around us, causing serious damage to the oceans, wildlife, and human health.
But that we need to collectively work on the problem of reducing plastic and reducing its production.
This seminar was a call to awareness about how protecting the planet starts with small individual actions that can be transformed into big changes. Elena Exposito, KMVC News.
The Conservation Seminar Series is a part of the Missouri Valley School of Science and Agriculture. The series strives to bring environmental issues to the community. The Missouri Valley College debate team is enjoying extreme success during the 2024-25 season. The Vikings have a young team, but first-year head coach Douglas Roberts says the team's primary focus is on hard work and continuous improvement. The team won a regional tournament, secured titles in 3 states, and celebrated several individual champions, qualifying for nationals during spring break. But the competitions have a deeper meaning for Roberts and the team.
I care about the education that they get out of the activity, because every skill that they gain for this activity, whether they originally intended to come here for the activity or not, is skills that are very much applicable to the real world.
The Vikings are making one of the largest entries into the Nationals in the program's history, with a total of 41 entries. The Missouri Valley women's basketball team secured the 4th place in the Hart Conference standings, the team's best finish in a quarter of a century. That finish earned the Vikings their first home postseason game since Y2K against the 5th seed Mount Mercy, a team that had topped the Vikings twice during the regular season. Both teams started well, with Missouri Valley's D.D. Horton scoring 12 first-half points, but she also picked up 3 fouls. The Vikings led 37-34 at the break. Fourth quarter action. Gia Moore makes the layup, gets the foul, and sinks the free throw to put the Valley up by 9. Then Missouri Valley didn't score for almost 4 minutes, allowing Mount Mercy to make it a one-possession game. Final seconds, and Valley is leading 68-65. Moore misses the free throw. Mally Marfield gets the rebound for the Mustangs and sends the game into overtime. Mount Mercy jumped to a 74-70 lead midway through the extra period, but the Vikings only managed to make 1 basket in overtime and fall to 74-73. Mount Mercy had 3 players with 20 or more points. Valley was led by Horton, who finished with 20 points when she fouled out in the 4th. Even with that quick start, Missouri Valley shot 35% from the field, 23% from the 3, and 67% from the free throw line. But the Vikings will still play in the NAIA tournament. The NAIA tournament announces the tournament bracket on the night of March 6th. Missouri Valley's resume includes 22-7 overall record and an 18-6 mark in the Hart Conference. The tournament field is 64 teams, and Valley's RPI heading into the tournament was 58. The NAIA says the national poll doesn't influence the field of 64. The Missouri Valley men's team finished 8th in the Hart Conference, ending this regular season with an 85-87 victory against Culver Stockton in what was a must-win game for the Vikings. As the 8th seed, the Vikings earned a trip to face conference champions Baker in the postseason quarterfinals. The Missouri Valley trailed from the outset. The Vikings scored 2 points during the 8-minute stretch in the first half, but still chiseled the lead to 2 at the start of the second half. That was as close as Valley would get. 2 points over 4 minutes, and the Baker led by 16 under the 10-minute timeout. The final was 72-55. Kean Jones finished with 17 points and his second team all-conference designation. Kwan Smith had 4 steals and was named the Hart Defensive Player of the Year. In Valley's year ends with 12-17 overall mark and 11-13 league record. Other sports notes. The Missouri Valley men's wrestling team finished 2nd in the conference tournament, with Hayden Hernandez winning an individual championship at the 133 pounds. 7 wrestlers are heading to nationals on March 6th, 7th, and 8th. The women's team finished 3rd in the Hart behind individual titles by Kaylani Corbett and Xochitl Mota Pettis. 9 Vikings automatically qualified for nationals, with the NAIA announcing a large spots on March 4th. The women's national tournament is March 14th and 15th. And Dante Gordon time of 48.57 seconds in the 400-meter dash was 11th overall in the NAIA Indoor National Championship. The Heart of America Conference now boasts 14 teams for men's volleyball, with the additions of Iowa, Kansas Wesleyan, Dordt, and Morningside. 5 teams are ranked in the top 15, including Missouri Valley at number 12. And three are receiving votes. Valley earned a pair of sweeps as the calendar changed from February to March, topping Kansas Wesleyan in 3 on the 28th, and sweeping UHSP Humanities on March 1st. The Winds moved Valley to 3-2 in the conference, putting them third in the league's South Division. Valley faces nationally ranked Park and Grandview on the 7th and 8th. The Missouri Valley baseball team played its first conference home games on the road because of the weather conditions at the Indian Foothills Park, and swept all 4 games from the Ravens. Taylor Duncan's 4-hit shutout to open the set earned him his honors as the Hart pitcher of the week. Missouri Valley is 4 games into its conference season and has matched its win total from a year ago. The Missouri Valley softball team doesn't start league play until after spring break, and the Vikings are now 3-7 so far in non-conference play after splitting with UHSP on the March 1st and dropping both ends of the doubleheader against William Woods on the 2nd. Student activities had a night to show people it's okay to believe in magic. Magician Brian Ledbetter paid a visit to the Eccleston Mabee Theater to show off his abilities. With audience participation and props, Ledbetter made illusions as well as showed off his power to read minds as well as predict their moves. Even the naysayers were intrigued by his tricks. KMVC News disappears for a few weeks to work around spring break. The next edition is set for March 25th during Missouri Valley's Maastricht Institute for Entrepreneurship. Thank you for watching. I'm Colin Williams, and this is KMVC News.